A quantum leap, it's when you leap from one level of your business to the next, and it happens so easy with no apparent effort. I would say there is. To be honest, this show for me was overnight success. Yes, for a long time I've been, working it out, getting to networking events, promoting my business, and I think what happened for me is, what happened for me was I had a breakthrough mentally inside, something about my confidence, and the next day, boom, it was like this happened. So I was praying and meditating in my room, and I was actually thinking about one of my clients and how this person can take their business to the next level. And what's so funny is that happened to be a videographer, Cherene, who is the producer, director of season 1, and I was meditating on how can I help her build her business, get to the next level. And what I heard was, well, she just needs to start a TV show. Actually, you just need to start a TV show. You both need to just go and start a TV show and don't even think about it. And this overwhelming sense of peace and knowing that there was actually nothing that I could do to not make this happen. It was just so strong all over me. I knew that this was gonna be real, this was gonna happen, and that's exactly what did. And then I was thinking, okay, let me go speak to her tomorrow. And so I go and I tell Cherene about what had happened and how I really am inspired to start a TV show, and I think it's gonna help us in so many different ways. And she was like, yeah, I'm down, I believe. And it was so awesome because she had faith in my vision, and she just made the vision her own, and she did an amazing job. And so here we are masterminding about, how we're gonna make it work. We had no money to back any of it, by the way, and so that was a brainstorm too. And we had a couple of people in mind that we wanted to help us, and we approached one of them, and it wasn't right for them. And then I had this feeling about contacting this man named Gordon So. Now, we didn't actually know each other as closely as we do now, obviously, but he was such a nice man. He was always asking how he could help me in business. And I felt that he had a heart that would bring this project to pass. So I call him and I tell him about the show, and we get talking about it. And from that moment, he's like, well, you know what, Cherene, I know a guy that knows a guy that, and in less than, it wasn't even a full business day, we had airtime booked and our show scheduled and ready to release in May. So it was incredible.
Well, I got a text from Cherene, and if you know Cherene, when you get a text from her, you gotta return that call. I know Cherene is someone who's got a lot of integrity, a coach, a speaker, and serving a lot of her clients, especially clients in our community. The challenge was when I first got the text, I thought, oh no, she's got an idea she wants to run by me. And usually when people say that, they want to talk to you about a network marketing opportunity. And no offense to my friends who are in network marketing. So I did, I returned her call, and Cherene says, I've got an idea I want to run by you, and it's a television show. And my first reaction was, Cherene, I know nothing about television. I don't know how I can help you. And so she went on to explain to me how she wanted to feature stories of individuals who have taken a leap into business, or just about ready to take a leap into business, and just share their story, their inspiring story, and how they can inspire other people. I was hooked. I was in. You know, being an entrepreneur and working with entrepreneurs, working with Randi, Goodman, the Toronto Women's Expo, and empowering women to succeed. We just had an incredible community of women and men who have taken a leap into business, and I was sold again with Cherene that these incredible stories would be perfect for Leap TV.
The thing is, the key to making this all happen wasn't just me having this idea of a TV show. Truly, everyone that saw the vision, felt the energy, knew that this was going to happen. They caught the vision and they ran with it, and that's what made this unstoppable.
What can I say about Randi? Randi is a single mom raising 4 boys on her own. And you know, anyone who's ever raised even just one know how difficult it is. So being a single mom raising 4 boys on her own, being an entrepreneur, it's just absolutely incredible. Someone that has inspired me. And you know, the entrepreneurs we work with, some of the women, some of the men we work with, it's all about teamwork. You know, there are things that Randi does that I can't do. And it's just absolutely amazing. And then the team that we've been able to surround ourselves with just gets better and better every day. I mean, Cherene, for example, Cherene as a coach is constantly helping our clients go to the next level. And so, for example, we have a book. It's called The Empowering Women to Succeed. You know, the editors, the writers, the folks who help with the marketing, the folks who help even with little things such as just the cover, like the graphics of the cover of the book. So it's all about teamwork. It's all about teamwork. And this show that Cherene's put together, the team she's put together to put inspiring stories in front of her audience is just absolutely incredible.
So that's why you look so perfect then. That's why, because you,
the people around
because you got people around you like picking up wherever you can't pick up.
Like you.
Oh, thank you. But yeah.
You're awesome,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But you know, you'll do things
Yeah.
that I can't do
Right.
or won't do.
Right.
And somebody else,
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to complement each other, and you
Yeah.
have to surround yourself with a team of incredibly wonderful people
Right.
who can do the things that you're not so good at.
Right.
And why spend days, weeks, years trying to learn something, and then you may even lose your own business because of it.
Because you're focusing
Because
on
you're focusing on the wrong thing.
Right.
You need to focus on the things you're strong with, and you know, whether it's hiring them, collaborating with them, partnering with them, whatever it has to be, make it happen.
Right.
Surround yourself by a team of incredible people.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. And then I was like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna be on camera, makeup, hair. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I thought of she's my cousin. She's actually my husband's cousin. And she had just started her business and makeup artistry, and she was doing some great YouTube videos. And I was like, you know what? I think she would want to be a part of this. And I truly believe that she could, because she had done work with me before and it was incredible. And so I call her, and you know, she was really excited to be a part of it. And she was like, but you know, she wasn't really confident about it, but I was like, you know what, Miranda, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do well. You've done well before. And it's so, I just think this show has allowed everyone to grow, because oh my gosh, like, did you see my face?
So I found out about the show through Cherene. She messaged me one day and she was like, hey, I need a makeup artist for the show that's gonna be airing in May. And at first I was a little bit hesitant. I was like, I don't know. And I was busy actually. So she said, okay. And then she messaged me, I think it was maybe 2 weeks later. And she's like, hey, I still need a makeup artist for the show that's gonna be airing in May. And in my head is saying no, like there's a voice that's saying no, like you're not ready. And then on the other side was just like, just do it. And so I said yes. I'll come on the show. I'll do makeup for the show. So my first experience on set, oh boy, I was nervous as heck. I have never done makeup for television, and so I knew absolutely nothing. The greatest thing though I knew going on was that Cherene, who directed the show, she was a makeup artist for 10 years. So I knew that I was gonna get, some guidance when it came to that. The first time being on the show, so the first filming when I came on, I wasn't up. You're supposed to be up front, ready to, check to see if there's shine on the guest and on the host. I was not there. So the next time we were filming, Cherene said, hey, you need to make sure you're up and ready with powder and all your tools, checking out to see if there's shine, if there's sweat. And I was just like, oh my God, Randi, you should know this. So I made sure that I was like on my A game. And throughout the whole entire season, Cherene, she would always guide me, like, more blush, more contour, needs to be stronger, more smoky on the eyes. And so I noticed that I started to get better and better and better, and my confidence started to grow a little bit more. It went from like, what can I do, to, okay, I know what I'm doing, like, Cherene, let's do this. And yeah, that's basically my experience.
Yeah, and it just all happened so fast. Like after I had the team of people, Janine, Gordon, Randi, Miranda, it was like I would just take a step forward and boom, we had the perfect studio. Boom, they negotiate a really good venture project with us. We have entrepreneurs that are ready and like, yes, we want to be a part of this. Everything happened so easy that I was like, am I doing this right? Because if it was this easy, I should have did it before. And within about 8 weeks since the conception of the idea, we had released and launched our very first pilot show featuring Craig Dunkerley from Blackthorn Group. What are one of the kooky things that people tend to miss when they're writing their taxes off? I'm curious.
Well, there's actually many, but one of my favorite ones that I like to talk to about business owners when I get people into business is writing off my dog.
Your dog?
So writing off my dog.
Your dog?
Because I get that exact response all the time. Really, Craig, how can you write off your dog? So imagine this.
Yeah.
I'm in business, and as a business owner, I want clients.
Yes.
I'm always prospecting, I'm always looking for new clients. So imagine, I'm going to give my age now, I'm a 49-year-old man and I go for a walk in the park and I sit down on the bench. How many people are going to come up and talk to me? Probably not very many, right? Probably not very many, right? I'm just sitting there, right? And then if I approach people, they say, okay, what are you selling me type of thing, right? So now imagine I go for that walk in the park and I take my dog Lola. She's a cute little white Malshi, very cute little dog, and Lola sits down beside me. Right? How many people are going to come and talk to me now?
I'm going to come over and pet your dog.
Almost everyone. Is that an opportunity for me to say, hi there, what do you do? What are you doing today? How are you? And what have you? If I ask them what do they do, what are they going to ask me? 9 times out of 10. So what do you do? Is that an opportunity to present my business? Yes. Is that an opportunity to make more money? Yes. Lola, as cute as she is, she's a writer.
You are so clever. Yeah, I mean, there were challenges. I remember our very first shoot, I had this big time guy named Mr. Byron Nelson, and he's so incredible. He's a man of integrity, deep wisdom. A lot of success has helped many, many people. And so our first shoot, he's there and he walks in as the celebrity that he is. And the lighting is just, we couldn't get the lighting right. We couldn't get the setup right. Things just kept going wrong. And we actually had to throw out that entire filming because it just didn't turn out right. And then we had to, try to track Byron down again and say, we're sorry we wasted your time and can you come back again? And it was just like, it wasn't a waste of time, but when you're working with these amazing people, you want to honor what they do and who they are, and that they are, investing in this project, and we want to make the experience so good for them. So there were challenges, and, Byron's show was amazing.
From day one, when my father planted that seed, and my father passed a few years ago, but he planted a seed in my heart when I was very young that you'd be the last broke Nelson in the family tree. And I believe that is the trajectory of which my life has taken on form. Wow. And that is everything that I do to change the mental incarceration, the emotional incarceration, the physical incarceration, financial incarceration of the limited beliefs that you can live any type of life that you want, be anything that you want. And with each leap, it gets easier. I'll give you a prime example. When I first started speaking and I first started wanting to be a speaker, be an orator, be a coach, make a difference in a person's life, they took me to get my nails done. And I'm like, men don't get their nails done. Now I can't go 2 weeks without getting my nails done. I must get a manicure and pedicure. I went out and they said, you need to buy some shoes. My first pair of shoes, I bought a pair of gaiters, because in black marketplaces, the only success we knew were pastors. Until you're wearing alligator shoes in the winter, and they freeze up on your feet. But they're like, but I got a great lesson out of that, because I had to learn how to get to Ferragamos. But when I first went to buy my first pair of shoes, I was in my 20s, and it was like $400, and I was like, and the cashier was taking my money. I was like, do you know what I could do with $400? I'm like, who pays $400 for some shoes? And then after the first time, and the second time, and the third time, and that's the way life works. Once you learn how to start making decisions to have quantum leaps in your life, and take those leaps of faith, of knowing that you believe in yourself. You don't have to believe in what it is. You got to believe in who it is, and those that are around you. You got to learn how to first become that person that people want to follow, so that they can believe in your dream, and then that validates it and validates it and builds it and builds it, and then every decision you make becomes easier and easier to be able to create something that's magical.
Wow. And one thing that I learned about doing this show is that you just got to be willing to mess up publicly. You just got to embrace the mess. Things aren't going to go right always. And I was speaking with one of our guests before. She's incredible. Her name's Suzanne Hart, and she often tells me what her mentor told her, which is, your mess is your message. You're going to be able to take this and share it with everybody else and say, look what I did. Look what I turned out, look what I created out of this. And so I embrace the mistakes. You probably spotted them, maybe. Who cares? Look what we did. And I ask you this question because I was in conversation with someone, and they were saying sometimes if it doesn't feel right, you don't jump into something, or you don't move forward. You got to go with your feeling. And then yet again, I was like, well, if it doesn't feel like it, might be because you're not coming out of your comfort zone. So how does one know that it's the right step? How does one know, like your leap was out, quit your job and go into this, right? How do we know that this is right and this is our time?
Oh my gosh, that's a money question.
A money question.
Okay, so this is the interesting thing.
Yeah.
Most people, she said if it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Right? A feel right comes from here, right? A think right comes from here. So most people say that it doesn't feel right, and they're actually thinking about it, right? I can't think it through. I can't see the answer. I can't see the full road, and so they go, it doesn't feel right. But actually, what it is they can't think it through.
Right.
Right.
And so that's why it doesn't feel right.
That's why it's not really feeling.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, I can't think it through, so they say it doesn't feel right.
Right.
But I know that when I sit in the stillness of my morning and I wait to see if it feels right, I always know here. Now, what I've done in the past is I've felt it, and I'm like, oh no, that's big.
Right.
Ooh, it doesn't matter if I feel it here.
Right.
My thinking goes to work, and it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Do you see the difference?
Right. And Laura Avaleze, her story was so powerful, and it was a story that needed to be told. At the time, her book didn't launch yet, and so it was kind of, her being on the show was like a primer for what was to come when it came to sharing her story of forgiveness and letting go of the abuse and the pain that many men in her life had caused her. And her story is so powerful. And the fact that she shared it, when she shared her story, she got so much feedback from people that said, your story, your mess that you experienced has allowed me to let go as well. And this is what it's all about.
I realized that during the process there was more healing going on, and I finally realized that this is a legacy I'm actually leaving for my children. Something that I want them to know, that my life was never easy. I've suffered an extremely bad depression. I had $24 in my bank account, and I changed my life. And not only did I lose 25 pounds, I went from $24 to making 6 figures in 6 months. And
Woo, that's amazing.
It's very powerful for me, because of the life that I have had.
Yeah.
And now I feel that I have a higher power that's following me, and that's just pushing me to all these great, wonderful things. And my dream is really to help others to know that, you know what, you have a mindset, and you can have a mindset of fear, or you can have a mindset of, let's just get it done.
Yeah, let's go.
Right?
Who's watching the show? I have an amazing story I want to share with you. I got a call the very next day after our first show aired on a Sunday morning. Cherene called me and said, "Hey Gordon, this is exciting. You know how people are saying it's a brand new show? Is there anyone watching? Maybe there's nobody watching." Within the first 24 hours, Cherene gets a call from a company that's doing probably over $1 billion in sales, has over 300,000 plus customers of their own. They call Cherene and she says, "Cherene, can you guys come and work for us?" Or, "Cherene, can you come and work for us?" That's incredible, right? That, you just never know who's watching.
Speaking of which, this is what inspired someone else to go and launch their own show. So particularly our guest, Anja Panwala, he was thinking and mulling over about starting his own show. And, it wasn't until he came on our show and was like, "What? This is it? I'm gonna go." And then he got his own camera together and he went out, and he's doing so well.
Hey everybody, this is On the Insurance Guy. Welcome to the Insurance Guy Show. I ran into people who...
And it's just great to see how when you take a leap, you truly are helping others to grow into their own success.
About 6 weeks ago, I came up with the idea one day sitting around that I'm gonna start a TV show. But before I started the TV show, I didn't know what to do, where to go. And this TV show I started on Facebook Live. The TV show, or the plan was to start a Facebook Live and interview local businesses, entrepreneurs, sales professionals in the industry. And then one day I was hoping that somebody will watch that Facebook Live feed and give me a TV show out of it. I reached out to a couple of my friends and I told them about the ideas, and they said, "This is a dumb idea. Nobody's going to watch this show or anything of the sort." And out of the 98% of conviction I had, I let that 2%, which required validation, take over the other 98, and I scrapped the idea in my head and I tossed it out. 3 days later, I met you and I asked you, "What's your TV show about?" and you came out with this idea, and you told me that it took you about 3 days. Is that correct? From idea to execution, right? It came through with it. And I just told myself, and after I met you, that conviction went from 98 to 100%, saying, if I have an idea, I should stick with it, because if I stuck with it, this might have been the Cherene Francis and On Panwala show.
That's amazing. And Janine and Miranda, again, like Janine's skills from episode to episode to episode just got better, faster, stronger. She was picking up gigs, and there are those times when she might have been nervous, but she just grew. And Miranda, oh my goodness, she She's all good. Her makeup artistry is great, and she's so confident about what she does. When she was on set towards the end, it was just like, whoop, whoop, like just grabbing her things, knew what she was doing, and it's just incredible what happens.
So the Miranda now versus the Miranda that just started the show or even before the show is way more confident. Just having or hearing the stories from the guests that came onto the show and, you know, hearing how Cherene started the show, I just knew, you know, that this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to be here. And so regardless of anything or how I was feeling, what I was thinking, I knew I had to be here. And so the Miranda before was very timid, very shy, wasn't sure about herself in her makeup skills. But now it's like, even if there's that little spark of doubt in my mind, that other part always overpowers and says, you got this, girl, you're gonna land this job, and doors have been opening left, right, and center for me ever since I started, you know, I helped out on the show. And so it's been, being a part of the show has been the best experience ever. And so I'm really grateful.
So this is why you have to just go and do it. Just go and take the leap, because not only is the leap going to allow you to take your business to the next level, take your life to the next level, it's gonna allow for everyone around you to release themselves and take a leap also. Your leap is not just for you, it's for everyone else too.
It'll
Be
never
good
get out
enough.
there. Yeah.
No, it'll never be good
You just
enough.
gotta leap. That's what
Yes.
you just gotta leap with
Take a
everything you
chance.
do. Just go.
Some things are gonna work, some things won't, and failure is okay.
Yeah, so I'm just super excited for season 2, because if you did it once, you can do it again. You're gonna be better at it, right? And so we're, you know, constantly looking out for ways that we can grow. We're gonna be launching the podcast as well. We're gonna have a different theme, so it won't be Leap. It's gonna be a different theme to be announced. And just, yeah, we're rocking it out here. Yeah, so we're just in creation mode. So we are actually open to new talent. We're open to new entrepreneurs. We're open to ideas. We want people to send us feedback. Go to ChereneFrancis.com and really let us know who should be on the show, what should we implement, how could we help entrepreneurs, because this is what it's about, helping entrepreneurs take themselves to the next level in business.